Throughout the annals of history, written records have acted as windows into the past, revealing glimpses of figures whose lives shaped the world as we know it. Among these records, one stands apart for its striking revelations and profound implications: the letter attributed to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor who presided over the trial and crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Unlike most historical documents, this letter is not just a record of events but a deeply personal testimony that offers an extraordinary perspective on a figure who changed the course of history. Pilate's letter transcends its political and administrative origins to become something far greater, a bridge between skepticism and faith, doubt and certainty. Within its lines, we find not only a detailed description of Jesus's physical appearance, a man of striking yet humble beauty, but also a glimpse into his essence, his unparalleled wisdom, and the power of his presence. What compelled Pilate, a Roman official under immense pressure, to speak so reverently of a man who was condemned to die? Why did he describe Jesus with such vivid detail, as if he understood the profound significance of the man before him? As we step into Pilate's world and hear his conflicted words, we are invited to grapple with questions that transcend time. What would it have been like to encounter Jesus in person? Could one truly behold his innocence, his divinity, and remain unchanged? Pilate's observations, tinged with regret and awe, urge us to reflect not just on the historical Jesus, but on the extraordinary ways his life and message continue to challenge, comfort, and transform the world, even now. The letter opens with Pilate addressing Emperor Tiberius, recounting the extraordinary presence of a man named Jesus. Pilate describes him as a man of virtue, one whose miracles and teachings captivated multitudes. His words convey both admiration and unease, a governor caught between the demands of political expediency and the undeniable presence of holiness. Pilate's description of Jesus is breathtaking: a man of noble stature, with chestnut-colored hair that curled gently at the shoulders, a serene yet commanding countenance, and eyes that pierced the soul. These details, absent from the Gospels, bring Jesus to life in a vivid and deeply human way. Yet, beyond his physical appearance, Pilate highlights something far more compelling: Jesus's wisdom, his temperance in speech, and his unwavering commitment to truth. The letter reveals Pilate's turmoil as he navigates the pressures of governing a turbulent province. He acknowledges Jesus's innocence, recognizing him as a man without fault. Yet he ultimately succumbs to the demands of the crowd. His decision to crucify Jesus is one of political survival, a choice that would haunt him forever. As we imagine Jesus through Pilate's eyes, we are drawn into a paradox both timeless and profound. The Messiah, foretold by prophets and anticipated by generations, was not marked by earthly grandeur or regal splendor. Isaiah chapter 53:2 reminds us that he had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, an image that contrasts sharply with the expectations of a conquering king. Yet Pilate's letter paints a more intimate portrait, a man whose physical presence, though humble, inspired both love and reverence in those who encountered him. This combination of simplicity and majesty invites us to explore the deeper dimensions of his being. Pilate's vivid description adds a tangible layer to the abstract prophecies. He describes Jesus with chestnut-colored hair that curled at the shoulders, eyes that radiated clarity and depth, and a demeanor that blended serenity with authority. This imagery complements the divine mystery of John chapter 1:14, "The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us." Here was a man whose every word and gesture hinted at something beyond human comprehension, a presence that was at once approachable and otherworldly. This dual nature, fully human yet fully divine, offers a profound invitation to reflection. How could the eternal Word, the architect of the universe, walk among us as an unassuming man? Pilate, a man of power and authority, found himself both captivated and unsettled by Jesus. His letter captures this tension, reflecting the mystery of a man who embodied infinite grace while bearing the frailties of flesh. As we contemplate this portrait, we are called to recognize that the true beauty of Jesus lies not in outward appearance but in the mission he carried: to love, to heal, to redeem. It is this deeper beauty, humble yet radiant, that continues to inspire reverence and awe in the hearts of millions. Pilate's letter reveals the weight of a decision that transcends the political chaos of his time. "I washed my hands of the blood of this just person," he wrote, a phrase that has echoed through centuries, symbolizing both an attempt to absolve oneself and the inescapable burden of guilt. Pilate's words, though steeped in regret, hint at a deeper awareness that he played a role in something far more profound than the death of a man accused by his peers. In those moments of indecision, Pilate was not just a Roman governor, he was a man staring into the face of truth and faltering. His conflict is hauntingly relatable, for it speaks to the universal human struggle between moral courage and self-preservation. How many times have we faced moments where doing the right thing comes at a cost, be it to our reputation, our comfort, or our sense of security? Like Pilate, we often find ourselves standing at the crossroads, torn between the quiet voice of conscience and the louder demands of the world around us. His act of washing his hands may have cleansed his skin, but it could not wash away the deeper stain of compromised integrity. Pilate's regret serves as a powerful cautionary tale. It reminds us of the cost of yielding to external pressures, of allowing fear or convenience to overshadow truth and justice. His actions, though driven by a desire to maintain peace, led to the crucifixion of the innocent. And yet, in the divine mystery of grace, this act of betrayal became the very cornerstone of redemption for humanity. Today, Pilate's inner conflict challenges us to examine our own lives. Are we standing firm in our convictions? Or are we washing our hands of responsibility when the stakes are high? His story reminds us that, in the end, the choices we make in moments of moral testing define who we are and leave a legacy that echoes far beyond ourselves. For centuries, some doubted Pilate's existence, dismissing him as a fictional figure in the gospel narratives. Then, in 1961, archaeologists unearthed the Pilate stone in Caesarea Maritima, a limestone block bearing the inscription, Pontius Pilate, prefect of Judea. This discovery provided tangible proof of Pilate's role in history, affirming the biblical account. The Pilate stone serves as a reminder that the events of Jesus' life are not mere myths but historical realities. It connects us to a specific time and place, grounding the gospel message in the concrete world of first-century Judea. For believers, it is a powerful affirmation of faith. For skeptics, it is a challenge to reconsider the evidence. What makes Jesus' story so extraordinary is not only the historical evidence but the transformative power of his message. Pilate's letter acknowledges the profound impact Jesus had on those around him, describing his teachings as unparalleled in wisdom and grace. "Render unto Caesar the things which belong to Caesar," Jesus said, "and unto God the things that are God's." These words encapsulate his ability to transcend earthly concerns and point to higher truths. 2,000 years later, Jesus' teachings continue to inspire hope, compassion, and faith. His life and ministry remind us that true greatness lies not in power or wealth but in humility, love, and service to others. His crucifixion, once seen as a symbol of shame, has become the ultimate expression of sacrificial love, a love that conquers even death. As we reflect on Pilate's letter, the Pilate stone, and the legacy of Jesus, we are invited to consider the deeper truths they reveal. Pilate's account, though written from the perspective of a reluctant governor, offers a powerful testimony to the reality of Jesus' life and ministry. The Pilate stone anchors this testimony in history, challenging us to see faith and evidence as complementary, not contradictory. But perhaps the greatest lesson lies in Jesus himself. In a world often driven by ambition and conflict, his example of humility and selfless love offers a path to peace and purpose. His life reminds us that even in the face of doubt, injustice, and suffering, there is hope, a hope rooted in the unshakable truth of God's love. As we carry this message into our own lives, let us strive to embody the virtues Jesus exemplified: kindness, courage, and unwavering faith. And let us remember that, like Pilate, we are witnesses to a story far greater than ourselves, a story that continues to unfold in the hearts of believers around the world.